Attention, novice property investors. Be fearful when others are greedy. A few weeks ago, a student of mine asked me, "Is this the right time to buy?" Such a great question. House prices have been rising rapidly for the last 12 or 18 months, and the seasoned investors are taking their profits from purchases they bought 2 or 3 years ago in readiness for the next dip. In my family alone, we have sold 3 properties in the last 3 months. So are you about to buy at the peak of the market? This reminds me of an old army story my father used to tell me. One day, after a particularly hard day, he dropped by the officers' mess and asked the barman, "I suppose it's too early for a gin and tonic?" The barman replied, "Well, the sun is behind the yardarm somewhere in the world, sir." Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go to Queensland or the USA to find the hot deals, but it may mean that you need a little bit of guidance to find them locally. So, checking back with a would-be client of mine who decided not to go with my coaching. Recently, he told me that he'd gone it alone and bought a half a duplex for $520,000, but the rent was only $400 a week. And while he seemed to be totally happy with this negative geared investment, my heart bled for him, because I wondered if he had worked out how long he would be losing money on this deal, or when his fixed interest rate stopped and the interest rates went up, would he be able to cope? The funny thing is that when this scenario comes up on a card in Robert Kiyosaki's cash card flow game, most players won't touch it with the barge pole, and yet in real life people make this mistake all the time. Now, it's a well-known fact that if you increase your knowledge, you decrease your risk. Let me save you from losing a fortune on a weekly basis. Learn how to find positive geared properties even in this market. Book in now for a discovery strategy session where we can discuss your needs, your goals, and where you are now. Go to www.positiveproperties.com.au/events or call now on 0405 100 146. If you feel like you're always swimming upstream, take a boat. Call me now, Anita, 0405 100 146.